Hello, welcome to today's Friday Flow Yoga. My name is Elise Chaya Bracha Adelson, and today we'll warm up with mobility and movement and continue into a fiery yoga flow. Let's meet ourselves where we are right here, right now, lying down on your mat in this rectangle of refuge, feet as wide as the mat, knees resting in towards each other. Placing one hand to your heart, one to your belly as a gesture of arriving. So often the adventure, the getting on the mat feels a lot more challenging than the actual practice. So give yourself that acknowledgement that you have the strength and enthusiasm to show up for yourself today. Notice how the breath is moving within you, noticing the ground supporting you. And let's start off with 3 cleansing, clearing the slate clean breaths, acknowledging any adventures, any logistics, any challenges you may have had getting on your mat today. Breathe in and hold those logistics, adventures, and challenges. And the exhale, let it all out through your mouth with a ha. 2 more times. Any more adventures, challenges? Exhale, sigh them out. And one more. Open your mouth, let it all out. Great, and now you could close your mouth. Invitation, only if you like. Gentle ujjayi breathing. Gentle caressing back of the throat with your breath. Release your arms by your sides. Begin to windshield wiper your knees side to side, pausing long enough to one side that you may feel a stretch at the front of your thighs, front of your hips. Even slide your arms up to a T to your shoulders. Let's meet with the knees to the right. Pause here, flex the feet, sides of the waist down. You can stay here or a little extra exploration, lifting your heels, lift your knees, lift your thigh bones away from the ground for 3, activating the core, 2, 1, slowly release down, pass through center, knees to the left, stay here or lift, sides of the waist down, ribs down for 3, 2, and 1, lower down. Couple more times each side, knees to the right, sides of the waist down, ribs down, lift the legs, lift the heels, 3, 2, 1, lower down, knees to the left, sides of the waist down, shoulders down, back of the skull long, lift for 3, 2, 1. Let's do that one more time, each side. Let's awaken the core, lift up, waken up the core to inform and support our bigger movements. Feet down to the left, and laugh. Lift up for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Straighten your legs. Bring your feet together. Arms closer to your sides. Palms up. Press the heels down into the ground or the mat. Let's just rock that out. Big, fast point in flexing your feet until your upper body begins to rock. Good. Now circle your ankles around 5 times each direction. You can keep the big fast movement. Keep on rocking. Other way. Good. Bring it to center. Bend your knees. Hug them into your chest. Give yourself a hug in this journey of radical self-care. Rock side to side. Now rock it forward and back. Let's go for 6 to 8 times. You can keep your hands on your shins or the back of your thighs. Or for a little bit more core awakening, you can pat the ground with your hands. At the top, 2 more, 2 to 3 more. And we'll meet at the top onto your hands and knees. Let's do kneeling. Feet together, knees together. Warm up the wrist. So we'll warm up the wrist Take your hands for a walk. Fingertips start facing forward. Then walk your fingertips towards the outer edges of the mat, pausing just for a moment in that angle until your fingertips are facing your knees. Then soften your eyeballs, soften your shoulders from your ears. Slight bend in the elbows, slight bend in the elbows here. And then begin to lean the hips back and peel the heels of your hands away from the ground. Just the heels of your hands for 3. Soften your face. Breathe. 2, 1. Peel away until the thumbs lift and lengthen from the center of the palms for 3, 2, 1. Peel back into your knuckles for 3, 2, and 1. Stand on your knees. Twinkle your fingers. Circle the wrist. And now we'll do the opposite. So we'll bring our wrist into flexion. Knees and fingertips relatively close for less intensity. Back of the hands, fingertips towards your knees. Soften shoulders from your ears. Let's make fists and open the hands. For more intensity, you could walk the knees further away from your hands. 4 more times. 3, 2, and 1. Peel those hands away. Shake it out. Shake it up. Shake it down. 2 more times. Shake it up. Shake it down. And 1 more time. Have a seat on your heels. If you need a block underneath, palms up. Reach your arms out to the sides. Now I'm going to reach on over to the right and turn my left thumb down. Turn my right thumb back. And to the left. Looking at your left fingertips. So they're a little warming up through the spine, the neck, best you can, squeezing those knees together. And the ribs go side to side for another 4, 3, get to the nook and crannies, 2, and 1. Release your arms. Bring your arms out to the sides again. Make a light fist. And imagine you're about to put on sunglasses. And then take them off. Circling around the elbows. For another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it. Sunglasses on and off. For another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Might be feeling some fire now. Okay. Hands and knees onto all 4s. Let's isolate the movement of the pelvis. You could be on the tops of the feet or curl the toes under. Wrist below the shoulders. Spread your fingers wide and then slightly grip the mat with your finger pads. Keep the sides of the body nice and long. Just gonna switch directions here. Okay, so belly and ribs in, shoulder blades on your back. So relatively neutral with the scapula on the back, belly and ribs in. Let's lead from the tailbone. Tailbone drops towards the back of the knee, so you feel lengthening or rounding through the lower back, and lift the tailbone. Very subtle movement. We're isolating the movement of the pelvis, belly and ribs in. Do that 2 more times. Dropping the tailbone towards the back of the knees. And 1 more. Good. Now let's isolate the scapula, the shoulder blades. So keep that belly and ribs in, keeping the pelvis level. You take your shoulder blades, or first melt the back of your heart. So bring the shoulder blades together, keep that. So this is retraction and then depression of the shoulder blades away from the ears. Now, press from your shoulder blades the ground away so they begin to broaden. Then elevate, bring them towards your ears. And again, retract, shoulder blades together, keep that, shoulder blades down your back, press away, shoulder blades apart, and shoulder blades towards your ears. 1 more time, shoulder blades together, down your back, press away the 4 movements of the scapula, elevate, and bring them together. Now let's reverse it. Broaden the shoulder blades down your back, retract, and shoulder blades to your ears. 2 more times. Protract, depress, retract, and elevate. 1 more time. Press away, down to back, retract, and elevate. Bring it to center. Just stand up on your knees, sway side to side. A little rinse cycle before we return to hands and knees. Onto all fours. Hands and knees, all fours. Belly and ribs in, gripping the mat slightly with your finger pads, shoulder blades onto your back, reaching the right leg forward, reach your left arm forward, broaden through the right collarbone. Now cactus left arm as you bring your right knee towards your right shoulder, hug your right heel into the right side of your seat. Like cactus arm, cactus leg, reach forward, and now elbow and knee. Let's do that 1 more time, or rather 2 more times through. Cactus arm and leg, like a helicopter. Reach and extend. Hug elbow and knee in. 1 more time, reach. Cactus arm and leg. Reach and extend. Hug it in and release. Stand on your knees, windshield wiper, or rather rinse cycle here. And we'll switch sides. Let's switch in sides. Neutral best you can through the spine. Grip the mat with the finger pads. Left leg back, right leg forward. Make sure you're not dumping into the lower back. Belly and ribs in. Broaden through the left collarbone. Cactus arm, cactus leg, or helicopter. Hug the heel in. Reach and extend. And elbow and knee together. 2 more like that. Extend. Helicopter. Extend. And hug it in. 1 more time. Helicopter, extend, and hug it in, hands and knees. Stand on your knees. Do whatever you need to do to rinse that out. All fours again, wrists slightly in front of your shoulders. Again, grip the mat with your finger pads. Suction cup hands. Lengthen the sides of the body, lift your armpits, curl the toes under, bring the hips back, and then up. Find your down dog. Move in any way that feels good to you. Resist collapsing into your forearms. Suction cup with the hands. So we'll explore a suggested modified vinyasa today. Lift the heels. Drop the tailbone like we did before. Roll through the spine until shoulders come over the wrists into plank pose. And with or without knees, lowering down, hugging those thumbs in, forehead down to the ground, tops of the feet to the ground, and coming into your cobra today. Back of the skull, nice and long. And then we'll make our way, as you lower down, into your variation. It'll be a variation of cat pose. So you could curl the toes under. I'm going to drop my tailbone and roll through the spine until I come into a long stance cat pose. Toes could be curled under. And now a modification of child's pose with the toes curled under. Make your way now into downward facing dog. So to do that a little bit more fluidly, lift the heels, dropping the tailbone, roll through the spine, with or without knees, lowering down. Coming into your cobra, inhale. And as you exhale, you can make your way, you don't have to go down. Let's go right into that cat variation. Tuck the toes under, bring the hips back into that child's pose variation. Downward facing dog. 1 more time like that. Lift the heels, roll and articulate through the spine, shoulders over the wrists like a wave, lowering down, forehead down, your cobra, and make your way. So I'm tucking my chin, dropping the tailbone, rounding, pause, curl the toes under, hips back, and downward facing dog. Moving on, lift the right leg up, Turn the left side of your pelvis to the right, bend the right knee, hug the right heel in towards your bottom. Lengthen the left heel down. Good, then inhale, lift the left heel, bend the left knee. And take your right knee now as you straighten the left leg to your left elbow. Then reach the right leg straight up to the sky. Bring the knee to the nose, right foot in between the hands, back knee down, pat it up if you need to. Take your hands to your front thigh. Back toes could be curled under or top of the foot, your choice. Hug front knee and front heel together. Lift the frontal hip points, belly and ribs in. Stay here, or you can reach the arms up, lengthen through the sides of the body. Make sure you're not dumping the hips down and collapsing into the lower back. Hug them in. As the pelvis becomes more heavy, lift and lengthen the spine just as much. For 3, 2, and 1. Fingertips to the ground or blocks. Bring your hips back and flex through that front foot. Flex not only the toes, but also the ankle. You could find like a halfway lift to help lengthen the spine, and then folding inward, breathe. Lengthening through the spine for 3, 2, and 1. Bending through that front knee. Reach the arms up just for 1 breath, and then exhale, hands to the ground, and step it back into downward facing dog. We'll do that flow in between after the left side. Left leg lifts up. Open up by turning the bottom, the right side of your pelvis to the left. Bending the left knee, hug that left heel in towards your bottom. Lift the right heel. Good. Now keep gripping the mat slightly with the finger pads on your next exhale. Bend the right knee. And then bring the left knee to the right elbow. Then right leg, or rather left leg, reaches up. And knee to nose. Pause. And now left foot in between the hands, back knee down. You might need to scoot that left foot more forward, however you need. Hug the legs in towards each other. Hug into your midline. Lift the frontal hip points. Other hand on top, and you can press away. Lift and lengthen, side of the body nice and long. So I'm hugging in, lifting the frontal hip points, and then allow the hips to become a little bit more heavy. As much as they're becoming heavy, you're lifting and lengthening through the spine, your variation, reaching the arms up. For another 3, 2, and 1. Fingertips to the ground or to blocks. Lengthen the front leg. Half splits, or also called a runner's lunge. Pressing the left heel down into the ground and energetically pulling it back. And breathing for another 3. Looking inward, 2, and 1. Again, bend through that front knee, sweeping your arms up. And as you exhale, hands down to the ground and step it back into downward facing dog. So in your downward facing dog, you can stay here, or we'll take that flow in between. Lift the heels, rolling, rolling, rolling like lava, slowly lowering down. Your cobra or upward facing dog. Let's go right into that cat-like pose. Pause. Tuck the toes under, hips back, child's pose. And then downward facing dog. We're going to add on. We'll do that again and add it on. Ladder-like flow today. Lift the right leg up. Open up the hip, bend the knee. Bend the left knee. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, right foot forward, back knee down. Root down, rising up. Now as you exhale, half splits, runner's lunge with or without hands. You can sweep the arms back as you fold forward. Good. And again, bending through that front knee. And this time, lift up the back knee. Keep those back toes curled under into a crescent lunge. Good. Then take one hand to your heart, one to your belly, or both hands to your belly, or whatever feels comfortable. You're going to bend that back knee to hover. You don't have to come up to high lunge. You can stay on that back knee if you need to. Press through the mound of the right big toe, and lengthen that front leg as much as you can. Belly and ribs in, so the ribs disappear to the back of the body. Good, and then make your way again into high lunge, and then exhale, hands down to the ground, step it back into downward facing dog. Left leg reaches up, open up the hip, bend the knee, bend the right knee, and left knee to right elbow. Left leg reaches up, left foot forward, back knee down. Sweep the arms on up with or without hands. Half splits, runner's lunge. Bend that front knee, lift the back knee, coming into a crescent lunge. Crescent lunge here. Hug the legs in towards each other. One hand to the heart or belly, whatever is comfortable for you. Bend the back knee, lift the frontal hip points, and begin to lengthen that front leg for 3, 2. You could always keep that back knee down, come into the half splits, and 1. Bend through the front knee, coming into high lunge, hands down to the ground, and step it back. Flow if you like, rolling wave to plank, and lower, cobra or up dog. Rounding, tucking the chin like a wave, make your way into that long cat. Curl the toes under, bring the hips back. Downward facing dog. We're adding on, right leg up. Open the hip, bend both knees. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Right knee up, inhale. Right foot forward, exhale. Back knee down, sweep the arms on up. Exhale, half splits with or without hands. Bend the front knee, lift the back knee if you like. And as you exhale, bending the back knee, lengthen through the front leg, hand to heart. Bend through the front knee, and we'll add on. Left hand down to the ground, right arm up. Turn your right toes out, 45-degree angle, and then begin to spin onto the outer edges of your feet. Allow the left hip to lower down and reach your right arm back. And breathe here for another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly make your way into a low lunge. Step it back into downward facing dog. Left leg reaches up. Open up the hip. Bend the right knee on your exhale. Left knee, right elbow. Left leg up. Exhale, left foot forward, back knee down. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hips back, lengthen the front leg with or without hands. Bending through the front knee, back knee lifts up into crescent. Bend the back knee towards hover, towards lengthening the front leg, or stay there. Bending the front knee. And right hand down to the ground, left arm up. Turn onto the outer edges of your feet. Reach the left arm back. Let the right hip lower down. Breathe in here for 3, 2, 1. Both hands forward, low lunge. Step it back, down dog. Optional flow, rolling wave. Lower. Cobra or up dog. Tuck the chin, round through the spine, pause in your long stance cat. Curl the toes under, hips back, and downward facing dog. Let's add on some more. Right leg up. Open up the hip, bend the knee. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Right leg up. And right foot forward, back knee down. Reach on up. Woo, do a little dance. Bring the hips back, exhale. Inhale into crescent. Inhale, and then bend the back knee, lengthen through the front leg. Crescent, inhale. Exhale, left hand down, right arm back, turn onto the outer edges of your feet. Lower the hips. Inhale, and as you exhale, towards low lunge, but keep your left hand where it is. Spin the back foot flat. Left hand can stay on a block. You can also slide your left hand further back. Lengthen through the front leg. It's like a triangle pose variation. You're going to reach your right arm, like a little bit of a twist towards your outer left leg. Firm and wrap. Middle of right seat down and under. Press to the outer edge of the back foot. Breathe in here. Breathe, embracing the awkward. Don't force it. You can even bring the left hand further back for 3, 2, 1. Bend through the front knee. You'll come on up into something more familiar. Warrior 2. Find your power on the path through your feet as you allow your breath to settle for another 3, 2, 1. Float those hands down and step it back, down dog. Let's do the other side. Left leg lifts on up. Open up the hip. Bend the right knee on your next exhale. Left knee to right elbow. Reach the left leg up. Left foot forward. Back knee down. Sweep those arms on up. Exhale, hips back, press to the left heel, bow inward. Bend through that front knee, rise up into crescent. Inhale, exhale, hands wherever is comfortable. It could be to your heart. Bend the back knee, lengthen through that front leg. And again, bend through the front knee, right hand down, and spin onto the outer edges of your feet. Left arm reaches back. Sweep the left arm forward, spin the back foot flat, keeping the right hand relatively where it is, or slide it further back. Left hand to outer right leg. Firm and wrap, middle of left seat down and under. Press to the outer edge of the right foot. Yeah, just got a little bit more interesting. And bend through the front knee, coming into Warrior 2. Get a little ahead of myself there. Breathe, press down through the feet. Settle into your breath. And your next exhale, float the hands down to the ground and step it back into downward facing dog. Lift the heels, rolling wave if you like to plank, lowering down. Cobra or upward facing dog, looking inward, rounding through the spine into cat-like pose. Tuck the toes under, hips back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up, adding on just one more time. Open up the hip, bend the knee. Right knee, left elbow. Right leg up. Right foot forward, back knee down. Sweep those arms up. Hips back. Reach the spine forward. Inhale, crescent, back knee lifts. And then bend the back knee slightly, hands wherever you like, lengthen through the front leg. Crescent, left hand down, right arm back, outer edges of the feet, lower the left hip down. And rainbow the right arm up. Spin the back foot flat, right hand to outer left leg. On your next inhale, bend through the front knee. Warrior 2, exhale, land. Reverse warrior, tilted back, pause here for 3, 2, 1. Float the hands on down. Step it back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up. Open up the hip, bend the knees. Left knee, right up. Left leg up, inhale. Left leg forward, exhale. Back knee down, sweep the arms up. Then bring your hips on back. Flex the left ankle. Front knee bends, back knee lifts into crescent. Bending the back knee, hands wherever you like. Lengthening towards lengthening the front leg. Crescent on your inhale. Right hand down, outer edge of the feet. Reach your left arm back. Rainbow, reach the left arm up. Maybe keeping the right hand where it is, outer edge of the back foot, left hand, outer right leg. Warrior 2, come on up. Exhale, settle. Reverse, tilt it back. A couple cycles of breath here for 3, 2, and 1. Floating the hands down. Downward facing dog. Stepping it back if you want. Rolling wave, take a slow, lowering down. Locust, cobra up dog. Rounding it into a cat-like pose. Tuck the toes under, hips back, and then downward facing dog. Let's do that maybe 1 or 2 more times through, more fluid. with all the ingredients we just put in the pot. Right leg reaches up, open up the hip, bend the knee. On your next exhale, right knee, left elbow, right leg up, right foot forward, back knee down, sweep on up, hips back, exhale. Inhale forward into crescent. Exhale, bend the back knee towards lengthening the front leg. Inhale, crescent. Left hand down, outer edges of the feet. Reach. Inhale, lift the hips, rainbow right arm up. Spin the back foot flat, reaching towards the back leg. Bend through the front knee on your inhale, warrior two. Land on the exhale. Reverse, tilt back. And exhale, float your hands down, downward facing dog. Left leg up, open up the hip, bend the knee. Left knee, right elbow. Left knee up on the inhale. Left foot forward on the exhale, back knee down, sweep the arms on up. Reach the hips back, press the left heel down, bow forward. Bend the front knee, lift the back knee, crescent. Hover the back knee best you can towards lengthening that front leg. Bending through the front knee, crescent. Right hand down, left arm back, outer edge of the feet, right hip down. Big rainbow up and over. Reaching towards the back leg, firm and wrap middle, left feet down and under. Next, inhale, bend through the front knee, warrior two. Exhale, land. Reverse, tilt back. And exhale, float the hands down. Word facing dog. Take a flow if you like. Rolling it forward to plank. Lowering down. Cobra or up dog. Rounding it back. Keep the knees down. Rounding the spine. Curl the toes under, hips back. Downward facing dog. Let's do it one more time through. For fun. Right leg lifts up. Open up the hip. Bend the knees. Right knee, left elbow. Right leg up. Right foot forward, back knee down. Sweep those arms up. Bring those hips back. Flex the right ankle. Crescent, lift the back knee. Bend the back knee. Bring your hands wherever you like as you play around, lengthening through that front leg. Woo. Bend through that front knee, crescent, left hand down. Right arm to the right, outer edge of the feet, hips sink. Rainbow right arm up and over, back foot spins flat. A little twisting triangle-y thing. Warrior two on your next inhale. Pause here on the exhale. Reverse, tilt it back. And float those hands downward, facing dog. Left leg up, last time for this side. Open up the hips, bend the knees on your exhale. Left knee, right elbow. Left leg up. Left foot forward, back knee down. Sweep the arms on up. Hips back. Left heel pulls back. Crescent lunge, lift the back knee. Hands wherever you like. Back knee hovers, lengthening towards that front leg. Crescent. Right hand down, outer edge of the feet, lowering down. Reach back, rainbow up and over. Spin the back heel flat. Middle of left seat down and under. Press through right heel. Bend through the front knee. Warrior two. Pause. Exhale, land. Reverse, tilt back. And exhale, hands to the ground. Down dog, one more flow. Roll it forward into plank. Lowering down. Locust cobra up dog. Cat-like pose, pause. Curl the toes under. Hips back. Down dog. Move it out. Rid cycle however you like. And then make your way to child's pose. Short but sweet. Child's pose, but as always, stay here as long as you need. Rock your forehead side to side. Way to go. That was a fun adventure. Hands and knees onto your bottom for tabletop. Tabletop fun. Okay, So for your tabletop, hands will be behind you, fingertips out to the side or facing towards your hips. You have about a 45-degree angle with your shin bones, 45-degree angle, with your upper body. Lengthen the sides of the body, roll the collarbones open. First, lift your heart, and then lift your hips by pressing down through your heels, just however you need to. But you want to lift from your glutes and then lower down. So that's one option. You'll lift and lower, or you're going to lift up and then reach your right arm over to the left and then slowly lower down and then switch. You could play with that, or also you could play around with your fingertips as well. So fingertips could face back. Find what's most comfortable. You can reach at a diagonal and then come back down. Meet yourself where you are. Do about 2 to 3 each direction if that's the variation you're taking. Good. I'm going to do one more each side. Don't forget about your heels. Lifting from your sitting bones. Great. And now lengthen your legs, staff pose, hands by your hips, shake your legs out. Okay, now press down through your inner thighs, lengthen through the spine. And you cross right ankle over left thigh bone. Walk your hands back about 45-degree angle, bend your left knee, so the left shin is about 45-degree angle. Same thing here, lift the armpits, broaden through the collarbones. Lift your heart up first, and then lift here. Best you can, keep your hips level, head wherever is comfortable for 3, breathing, 2, and 1, slowly lower down. Straighten both legs, walk the hands in, shake it out. We'll do the other side. Cross left ankle over right thigh. Bending the right knee about 45-degree angle, upper body about 45-degree angle. Broaden through the collarbones, keep the heart lifted, and then lift your hips. Then lift your hips. Try to keep the hips level for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. Straighten the legs, shake it out, and now we will add on. Okay, so hands by the sides, right ankle over left thigh. 45-degree angle, walk the hands back, bend the left knee. And again, you're gonna lift on up. Don't forget about pressing to the center of your left heel. Keep those hips even for 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Now, either left leg straightens or left heel to the outside of your right glute, right foot on the ground into a seated twist variation. The right hip may want to lift up. Keep the right hip best you can, nice and grounded. Right hand behind you. Left elbow can hug in, left elbow crease. Press the 2 together. That might help ground the right hip a little bit more. Lengthen through the spine. You can stay here or hook the elbow or bring the right knee towards the left armpit. Pause, but press the 2 together and maintain length through the spine and breathe. For another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Stacking now, right knee over left knee. And energetically hug your heels in towards your bottom. Lengthen through the spine. You could stay here or fold forward, resting your chin or your forehead on your knee or a block. To bring the ground closer to you. Breathing here. Soft face. Soft eyeballs. And for another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Unwind your legs. You can straighten them out. Shake them out. Let's do the other side. Left ankle over right thigh. Walk the arms back, 45-degree angle, 45-degree angle. Upper body and right shin. Lift up the heart. Press through the right heel, lift up best you can, keeping those hips level. For 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips down. Right leg is straight. Left foot down, or right heel outside of your left hip. Give yourself a hug. Press the knee and the forearm elbow in towards each other to help ground through the left hip. And breathe. You can stay here or left knee, right armpit. Make sure you are taking a shape that allows you to settle into yourself, allows you to breathe. Remember, any amount of the pose is the pose. For another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Left knee over right knee. Taking your cow face variation. For this variation, explore hugging your heels energetically in towards your pelvis. And then from there, lengthen through the spine. So you can press the outer edges of the feet down, pull the heels energetically in, tone the belly, lift and lengthen through the spine, and then maintain that length. Fold forward. And breathe again. Bring the ground closer to you if you need. Forehead to block. Relax your face. Relax your jaw. And slowly releasing, walking the hands in. Slowly unwind, shaking the legs out. And now any pose or shape that you would like to explore today. I'm thinking I'm going to do something more restorative. You can do something more active. I'm going to do supported bridge pose. So I'll take a block. You could take a pillow or a couch cushion or pile of books. Lift up. I'm going to take the block of the medium side. Whatever you like for 6 to 8 cycles of your own breath. And this is your opportunity to take whatever shape, whatever movement you need that helps you settle into yourself. It could be an inversion, dolphin pose. And after your choice pose, we'll meet in resting pose and Shavasana. Give yourself at least 1 or 2 glorious minutes to allow your practice to integrate, to marinate, to feel all the effects of your efforts. So easy to just plow through all the poses and the motions of the day without feeling. Feeling the effects of our efforts is just as important. The non-doing just as important as all the doing. Pausing to notice that you are supported from the inside out, supported by your breath, supported by the ground, supported by your community, friends, family, all who care and love you, care for you, and support you. Softening from the inside out. And you can stay here as long as you're able to, as long as you like. You can press pause if you're watching the replay. If not, slowly begin to deepen your breath. Bring movement back to your fingers and toes. Gently turn your head side to side. And with awareness, gather your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug of gratitude for investing this time on your mat. With awareness, roll on over to one side, pause. Slowly make your way on up to a comfortable seated position. Eyes can be closed. Overlap your hands on top of your heart and think of one thing in your life that you are grateful for, no matter how big or small. Let's end together one cleansing breath. First, empty out all the air from your lungs. Inhale through your nose, fill up. Keep your heart lifted. Exhale out of your mouth. And as always, gratitude for practicing together. May it all be a benefit to us and everybody else around us. Namaste.